All right, now it is time to finish recording the single most important instrument, the single most important track in basically every song you will ever write, and that is, of course, the vocals. If you kind of are mediocre on every other aspect and on every other component of your song, but you crush the vocals, your song's still going to be pretty good because the vocals really do carry so much weight. And if your vocals suck, your song sucks. Your vocal truly is a mirror of the song as a whole. So we want to make sure that we get as good of a vocal as we can. So I want to give you a couple tips with regards to how do you prepare, how do you warm up. And I'm not going to go completely in depth in this because I already do have a course on this. It's the Wow Factor Vocals course, and you can find that on my website, and you may already even own the course. And if you do, make sure that you are going through that and you are implementing everything I'm teaching you in there, especially in Module 1, because that's where I walk you through the key exercises, the key ways to set your voice up for success when you are ready, when the rubber meets the road and you got to get a good take. Now, the next thing I recommend you do before you record your takes is to just do a quick warm-up routine. Now, you can use a wide variety of exercises. It's not like it has to be this, this, and this, but I'll give you a couple of my personal favorite ones. Lip rolls, those are classic, just, and I just like doing slides, right? An important thing about doing the lip rolls is there will even be some coaches out there that might teach you to go, like completely lower your voice box, get this yawny thing. Just don't do that. Keep it neutral. Kind of keep it in that speech-like range where your lyrics isn't, doing any of that. And so lip rolls are a great way to just warm your voice up. A couple other exercises that I love to use, and what I will do with these is I will literally sing the melody, but I'll use the exercise. So one is an NG. This, especially of late, over the past couple months, has become my personal favorite. So it's just ring. So if I were to sing that with the melody, or in the chorus, and sometimes, as you can hear there, I also like to add the H, the so it's like HNG, if you will, because that helps give you some extra texture to your vocal tone as well by adding that extra airflow. And what that does is it just sets your voice up. It just positions your voice up for success, because if you just show up without warming up, it's just raw, just off the street, just come in and record your take. The problem is your voice is probably going to be disconnected, a bit disoriented, and it is much better to find the pocket, find the correct positioning with your voice using an exercise, because then you have a springboard with which you can bring in the actual words then. Because what you do is, summers are cold, the winters are warm. When I sang the lyrics versus when I sang the NG, they were, in essence, they were essentially in the same ballpark, the same positioning when it comes to my throat, my voice, my mouth, the way I projected it, like the way that the resonance is happening. A lot of it stayed the same when I transitioned from the NG exercise to singing the actual words. So NG, I'm a huge fan of that exercise. A couple others you can experiment with, I would say, are V and B. So B is the beep, 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 beep. This is especially for if you feel like your voice just doesn't quite have enough, it doesn't cut through enough, it doesn't have enough punch, doesn't have enough of that compressed energy. Do that. Beep, 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 beep. And then summers are cold, the winters are warm. Right, so that is one. And then if it's on the opposite end, if you tend to be a bit more tight and strained, beep, 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 summers are cold. Like, if it's too much of that, then what can help alleviate that and reel that in is by using an exercise, the V exercise. So V, 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 summers are cold, the winters are warm. And that helps reintroduce some more texture and a bit more of that airy quality to your tones. So there isn't a specific set of exercises that works across the board for everybody. So this is one of those things that you do want to experiment with. And again, if you want to do a deep dive into everything with regards to vocals, then I do recommend that you check out the Wow Factor Vocals course that I offer on my website as well. But enough of the intro. Let's actually dive in and let's get these vocals recorded. So what I'm going to do now is let's set up a little track here. And then I'm going to focus on getting the levels right in my headphones, because if there's something that screws up the take, please don't let it be a basic technicality, right? Take your time. Don't feel rushed. Take your time. It's, as the old adage goes, I forget where this came from, but you want to spend twice the amount of time sharpening your saw as you do cutting down the tree. And that is a really good ratio even when it comes to vocals. It's okay if you spend a bunch of time setting up your mic, making sure that everything sounds good, making sure the mix in your ear sounds good when you're hearing yourself as you're recording it in, and making sure the click track isn't too loud because you don't want it to bleed through, and then you're left with a mess in the mixing phase, right? There's all these things. Take your time with it. Make sure there are no glaring distractions or glaring problems that will rear their head as you move on in the process. And then, because if you lay the groundwork and you do that, then you can just breeze right through without having that extra concern for, did I get that technicality right? Did I do this? Did I do that? So anyway, it's a little tangent there. So let me turn this on first, see what we got going here. I'm going to turn up the overall volume of that so I can hear myself a little better in general.
All I see now, even tequila doesn't taste right, even Coldplay doesn't sound right. Driving my car at 25 is a feeble attempt to feel something good. So I just wish you were here.
As you can hear there, I'm just adjusting the click track. Now I need to actually mute that scratch demo vocal.
Yeah,
so don't need that anymore since we are recording our official takes. Now what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to pull in JJP Vocals, the plugin, because I want to feel, as you can hear there coming through, I want to feel like my voice is somewhat mixed as I'm recording it. Because what that does is it puts my ears in the space that is similar to what it's actually going to sound like at its end result. Rather than just, singing completely dry and with everything else going and you can maybe barely hear your voice and it's not cutting through. And then maybe you miss something. But I like to add a plugin like JJP because it helps give your voice a sense of it being mixed. And then that allows you to adjust your tone slightly if you need to, or your energy, or maybe you're singing too loudly and too flamboyantly and you need to tone it down and be a bit more, soft and like this. And so yeah, that's just what I like to do. So now I'm gonna...
Summer's a cold,
Now it's a little too loud.
black and the black and the white, it's all I see now. Even tequila doesn't taste right, even Coldplay doesn't sound right. Drive my car down 25, just a feeble attempt to feel something good. 'Cause I just wish you were here.
All right, so there's one more thing. Yeah, everything is good there. I love the volume. I like what we have there. One more thing I need to do here, and this, my friends, will change your life. Entertainer's Secret. This is a must-have. If you sing a lot, if you do live shows, or you do open mics all the time, or you're just often performing live, or you're always recording in your studio, or even if you're speaking a lot and you tend to have a really dry throat and a dry voice all the time, like I tend to have, this is an absolute game changer. So basically, my routine with this is I'll aim a couple sprays towards the back of my throat like this. And I like to make noise as I'm doing it because that helps get the liquid and get it in between those chords. So I'll do that, and then I'll also spray it down my nose. And it feels really weird, but it's a more potent way of reaching the back of the throat and really hitting those chords. So I'm just gonna do this. It feels so weird. It took some getting used to, but it feels so good when it hits your chords. It just feels like it's silky. It smooths it over. It gets rid of that coarse dryness that you feel, that I feel all the time with my voice, especially since I'm a big coffee drinker. I love coffee, and coffee just does that to my voice. It really dries it out, and it creates that coarse type of texture. So Entertainer's Secret is an absolute game changer, and it really is a must-have if you deal with dry voice at all. All right, so now got some water here as well. Kind of allow this to settle in. And now let's get started. So my approach here is going to be, I'm essentially just going to hit record, and I'm going to sing, and I'm going to give myself a little bit of pressure because I'm going to try to do this in one take. Even if it's okay if it doesn't end up happening, but I want to feel that pressure just like you feel the pressure when you perform live or you do an open mic. It's just one take. You're not going to stop halfway through the second verse and then be like, okay, sorry, I screwed up that note. Let me restart this. And what that does is it switches you psychologically. As a switch happens when you approach it from that place. And I found that I get just much better takes when I do that, rather than just hitting record and you're just singing it and recording 10 takes and then trying to filter through and find the best ones. Rather, I like to keep it to like 2 or 3, sometimes 4, takes that I can choose from when we what's called comping, right? We'll choose this part from this take and then the other part from that take. But, excuse me, spraying that stuff down my nose, it really screwed me over for a second. So anyway, that is what I recommend. Put a little bit of pressure on yourself and don't just sit back and like, well, I'm going to record 15 takes, so I'm sure there's some good stuff in there. That's not always the case. It's better to give yourself that extra push and that goal of, you know what? I'm going to try to get this in one take. And so that is my approach. I'm going to come in here and hit record, and let's do this.
Summers are cold, the winters are warm. Since you're not here, the colors are gone. The black and the white is all I see now. Even tequila doesn't taste right. Even cold, it doesn't sound right. Drive my car down 25, just a feeble attempt to feel something good. I just wish you were here again, and I just wish you were here. Oh, what a time, what a time, what a time, what a time it was. Oh, I know it's stupid, but I wish that I could wish you back.
Okay, that was a little rough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually come back here, and I'm just going to delete that. I know I don't want that. And that often happens on the first take where it just doesn't quite flow. You haven't really gotten into the groove yet. So I'm going to actually do that NG exercise. So I'm just going to hit play and then get my voice in a better positioning. Anyway, I hope that wasn't too unbearable for you there. But yeah, that again, the NG, it really helps me. It might not help you as much as it does. There might be another exercise, so that's why you want to experiment with these things. But the NG is just a game changer for me.
Summers are cold, the winters are warm. Since you're not here, colors are gone. The black and the white is all I see now. Even tequila doesn't taste right. Even Coldplay doesn't sound right. Drive my car down 25, just a feeble attempt to feel something good. 'Cause oh, I just wish you were here again. And I just wish you were here. What a time, what a time, what a time, what a time it was. Oh, I know it's stupid, but I wish that I could wish you back.
That was so much better.
These pictures on my phone deleted them all except for one. I made a photograph just to have something physical to remain. Why does everything good always seem to fall apart? Why does everything good always seem to fall apart?
Oops. I screwed that up. I sung, I didn't wait like I was supposed to.
Why does everything good always seem to fall? Why does everything good always seem to fall apart? Why does everything good always seem to fall apart?
Wait, how did I do that in the original? Okay, let's listen to what we got.
Why does everything good?
Oh, gotcha. It waits for a full like 3 beats before it comes in. Ah, misjudged it. All right, so let's come back here.
Just to have something physical to remain. Why does everything good always seem to fall apart? Why does that?
Oops, my timing was kind of not great there.
Why does everything good always seem to fall apart? Why does everything
Okay, I'm going too fast. I'm jumping ahead of the beat.
Why does everything good always seem to fall apart? Why does everything
Man, it's tough to get that timing right.
to remain? Why does everything good always seem to fall apart? Why does everything good always seem to fall apart? It's so predictable, but I like to think we make it if we try to.
Wow, this verse 2 is a little tough. So I'm having some struggles with it, but that's okay. Just working through it. I'm just going to come back here to where I last felt good about it, and then I'm going to...
Have something physical to remain. Why does everything good always seem to fall apart? Why does everything good
No, that doesn't work either.
to remain? Why does everything good always seem to fall apart? Why does everything good always seem to fall apart? It's so predictable, but I like to think we'd make it if we tried again. 'Cause I like to think we'd make it if we tried again. 'Cause
I actually like that. I think we're good there. And I'm going to give this a couple more takes, from start to finish. So I will have a couple more runs at it yet.
I like to think we'd make. I think we'd make it if we tried.
Oh, that pitch was bad. Come on.
To think we'd make it if we. So I just wish you were here again, and I just wish you were here. What a time, what a time, what a time, what a time it was.
Okay, my throat was scratchy and I was fighting through that there and I was out of breath at the end, so I'm gonna redo just that part there.
Just wish you were here. What a time, what a time, what a time, what a time it was. Oh, I know it's stupid, but I wish that I could wish you back.
I'm just gonna mess around here. Who knows? We might want to use that. And then I'll come back here to where the chorus comes back. Try that again.
Oh, I just wish you were here.
That was kind of sounded inauthentic to me. I was like, here. And it's like, that's not how that yeah, that doesn't feel authentic.
Oh, I just wish you were here.
And there again. It's
Oh, I just wish you were here. Yeah, and I just wish you were here. Oh, what a time, what a time, what a time, what a time it was. Oh, I know it's stupid, but I wish that I could wish you back.
As you may have noticed there, I played around with doing some slight deviations to the melody that we've established, right? So we had the chorus there where I did some different things, and then at the end, I know it's stupid, I just did something slightly different since we've already heard the original one twice. So often at the end, I like to switch things up just a little bit to keep things interesting. And I mean, it is very spontaneous, so you don't have to be super like meticulous about it. If you feel like doing something different, do that. Or you can just do the exact same thing. It's fine too. Whatever you feel. And just follow that intuition. So, that is the one. I think we just need one more take, to be honest with you. And I also did mention this before, but I'm not going to worry about background vocals for now. That is just my personal approach to this. I don't like bothering with background vocals until I have my lead vocal set in stone. Like, I know that this is the timing of this phrase, because one phrase or one take might have a slightly different timing than my next take will. And so I don't know which one I'm going to choose yet. So if I sing background vocals and doubles over that, then everything can get out of whack. So I want to get my lead vocals and settle those in and lock those in before I try to add vocal doubles and harmonies or backgrounds or anything else that I might want to add. So we're just focusing on the lead vocal right now. So honestly, I think we just need one more take or just one more, full take from start to finish. And then I think we're good. So I'm going to duplicate this track and we'll give this another shot. Let's do this.
Summers are cold, the winters are warm. Since you're not here, colors are gone, the black and the white is all I see now. Even tequila doesn't taste right, even Coldplay doesn't sound right. Drive my car down 25, just a feeble attempt to feel something good. 'Cause oh, I just wish you were here again. And I just wish you were here. Oh, what a time, what a time, what a time, what a time it was. Oh, I know it's stupid, but I wish that I could wish you back. These pictures on my phone, deleted them all except for one. Made a photograph just to have something physical to remain. Why does everything always seem to fall apart? Why does everything always seem to fall apart? It's so predictable, but I like to think we'd make it if we tried again. I just wish you were here again. And I just wish you were here. What a time, what a time, what a time, what a time it was. Oh, I know it's stupid.
Okay, there I definitely screwed it up. So just at the end.
What a time, what a time, what a time it was.
So
What a time, what a time, what a time it was.
even that is not great.
What a time it was. I know it's stupid, but I wish that I could wish you back. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, 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 oh,
I got distracted with my little ad libs there. I forgot the chorus was coming in. All right, just start back. Okay, almost had it right. As you notice, I'm trying some different high energy stuff with slightly differences in the melody compared to what we have been doing. But it isn't really working too well with that changing of the melody, so I'm going to go back to more of the original.
Wish that I could wish you back.
Maybe that riff will stay in at the end and it'll be like the perfect outro and you just cry in your car after you listen to it. Yeah. Anyway, we're done. We're done, my friend. That's the lead vocal. It's not perfect, but the one thing I've learned from doing lots of vocals and recording a lot of songs is if you can't get a good vocal take in the first 2 takes, you know, by doing how I did, I would stop it if I screwed something up, I'd stop it and I'd restart it at that place. But if you do that and you get 2 full takes, if your vocals don't sound good enough, they're probably not going to sound good enough with 5 takes or even 10 takes. So if you can't get it good with 2 or 3 takes, I would say just stop and maybe come back the next day when your voice feels more fresh, or it's just a better voice day in general. Or maybe just take a week or a few weeks really to really learn the skills and learn how to sing better and build that part of your system, of your skill set. Because that's over half of it. That's like 80% of the impact. It comes from what does your voice sound like before it ever hits the microphone. So, one final thing I'll mention, because I know I kept skipping over this, I was going to mention this, it's just my shield right here. This is just a standard SE Electronics vocal shield. It's not like you can't make good recordings without it, right? Especially if your room overall is pretty dead. As you can see, I do have some foam on the wall here as well, so that helps. But I always like using this. It just gives me that extra level of, you know, reverb that's bouncing around the room that it keeps that excess room energy, those unwanted frequencies to come through, because the reverb in this room has 0 value to a mix. Any reverb we add, we want that to be using plugins with reverbs that are actually designed to work well on vocals and other instruments and tracks as well. So, my friend, those are the vocals. Now, there is one more step involved before we move on to step 6, and that is to sort of dial in some of the production components, and I'm going to dial in like those electric guitars, for example. We need to add some effects to it. They sound too dry up to this point, so we just need to kind of give them some effects, as well as kind of make the acoustic guitars fit well in the mix, and we'll also comp the vocals. So I'm also going to go through and see and pick out the best takes from either one of these vocal takes, and then put that together, and then that'll be our core lead vocal track. And once we have that is when we're going to move on to step 6. So let's jump into that now. All right, now let's wrap up step 5. And what we're going to do is just kind of comb through the tracks that we've recorded, and we are going to, I would say, partially mix them. This isn't going to be a super in-depth and, you know, going into the weeds on EQ and doing a bunch of detailed effects, but we are just going to try to get this ballpark mixed, if that makes sense, where before we move on to the next step, I want us to feel like if we release the song as is, it would be a pretty dope song the way it is, right? So that's the goal, and so we just need to clean it up a bit. We just need to figure out which of these 2 takes on the vocal we are going to use at different parts. We just need to blend in the acoustic guitars, do some panning left and right, you know, because we have some doubles, and, you know, those types of things. And my approach here is I'm just going to hit play from the intro, and then as soon as I hear something that I know needs to be addressed, then I will address it in that order.
Summers are cold, the winters are warm.
Okay, yeah, so the first thing I'll do here is actually just figure out, let's do a vocal comp. Actually, no, before that, we need to do some color code correcting here. Because for starters, this orange just looks so ugly. It's so terrible. So let's get a nicer color in here. That looks much better. And then I'll switch these vocals to something prettier as well. Yeah, green looks pretty cool. Nah, that looks weird. Let's try this one. I like that green better. All right, so this is Vox take 1, Vox take 2. So we'll label these things, and these are the electric guitars, right? What is this one?
What?
Okay, so this is electric chords. And then this, what is this here? Okay, so this is more the electric melody. I'll just do that. So we got the electric guitars here. I'm going to code these a different color. And then we have the bass guitar here. Then we got the drums and everything else up here. So, okay, so now that we've got this organized a little bit, I'm going to go through now and I'm going to figure out which takes of these two vocal takes I want to use throughout the song. So I'm just going to create a new track. And so I'll just duplicate this one, and then we'll go through this. Now, I'm going to actually do something here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put auto-tune on both of these takes. Nothing too crazy. But the reason I'm doing this is because I don't want to be too distracted by the pitch. And I know that might sound counterproductive. It's like you want the takes with the best pitch, right? Yes, and maybe not. The reason I say maybe not is because it's not the most important thing. It's better to have a take or a vocal line that is recorded that has the most believable energy, that has the most authentic energy, that speaks to you the most. Because you can't fix that with effects. You can't bring that to being using effects. However, if a vocal line is slightly out of tune, you can fix that with a Melodyne or an auto-tune. So I'm going to put auto-tune on both of these vocal tracks here as I'm listening and deciding on which one I want to use because of that fact, where tuning is just not as important as the vibe and the energy of the vocal itself. And so I don't want to get too distracted with the pitch of it. So we'll start here. We'll just go line by line and I'll see which take I like the best.
Summers are cold, the winters are warm, since you're not here. Summer cold, the winters are warm, since you're not here.
I think I like the first one there.
Summers are cold, the winters are warm, since you're not here.
I don't know, because they're so different. Like this one is a bit more...
Summers are cold, the winters
No,
are warm,
I like this one better.
since you're not here.
I like this one better after all.
Colors are gold, the black and the white is all I see now.
Pretty much my approach here is I remember when I recorded this and I felt really good with the second take in general. So I'm going to pretty much default to the second take until I hear something that I feel like, oh, maybe the first take is better. Then I'll look at that and see if it is. But
Even tequila doesn't taste right. Even Coldplay doesn't sound right. Drive my car down 25, just a feeble attempt to feel something good. Cause oh, I just wish you were here again. And I just wish you were here. Oh, what a time, what a time, what a time, what a time it was. Oh, I know it.
okay, that part there is definitely screwed up. So let's see what we have here.
Oh, I know it.
That one's pretty bad too. Even the auto-tune doesn't know what to do with those pitches.
Time, what a time it was.
Let me hear what this sounds like in general.
What a time, what a time.
Yeah, there's a bit too much of a like throat. Like I went a bit too deep, like you know, that type of thing. And here it's a bit more authentic and natural.
What a time it was.
Yeah, so I like that part better. And so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna cut this away because I know that I don't want to use this.
Whoa.
Like it's pitchy, it's off, it's the tone is off as well. So now I'm just gonna come over here because obviously we sing that part multiple times. So let's see what happens over here.
Oh, I know it's stupid.
Yeah, that's beautiful. So we're just going to duplicate this. We're just going to copy this over. So I'll just come here and I'll just kind of copy that over to here. So copy, maybe it was here somewhere. I'll paste it there.
Oh,
So it would be line it up, which I think is right there.
I know it.
However, let's see if we can just blend that into what was initially there.
I know it.
There we go. something like that. So I did a crossfade, which on my Mac here in Studio One, I can just hit X, and then we automatically have a nice crossfade there. And then we can just kind of move it around to find that sweet spot. I think we just need to bring it further back here. There we go. I like that.
Oh, it's stupid, but I wish that I could wish you back.
And then here, I'll just delete that part. Obviously, we don't need that.
I wish you back.
Whoops.
Could wish you back. These pictures on my phone, deleted them all except for one. Made a photograph just to have something physical to remain. Why does everything good always seem to fall apart? Why does everything good always seem to fall apart?
Now, I like that, but I want to check to see if I might like the first take of that part better.
Why does everything good always seem to fall apart? Why does everything good always seem to fall apart?
Oh, it's tough to figure out which one I like the best. And this is why, again, auto-tune I think is important. When you're figuring out which take you like better, you don't want to be too pulled in by if one has slightly better pitch, because that isn't what really cuts through and connects with your listener, especially because we can adjust tuning and we can do it in a very natural way, especially if you use something like Melodyne. And so I want to instead focus again on which has the most authentic energy and which speaks to me the most, all of that.
Why does everything good always seem to fall apart?
So I like the energy of that.
Why does everything good always seem to fall
Yeah, this I think this one's better again.
apart? Why does everything good always seem to fall apart?
I think on the believable scale, right, this feels believable to me. It feels a little bit more authentic to me than the first one does. And so if you're gauging this just from that in that aspect, then I think this one's better.
It's so predictable.
And that was perfect there.
I like to think we'd make it if we tried again. I just wish you were here again. And I just wish you were here.
Okay, I'm a bit, it's not terrible, but I feel like I wasn't quite locking in there, so let's see what this sounds like.
I just wish you were here again. And I just wish you were here.
Okay, I kind of like the last line. I don't like all of it as much. So maybe we can combine these two. Let's see what we got.
Just wish you were here
I like that first line.
again. And I just wish.
Okay. I think this part here.
I just wish you were here.
Okay, let's see if perhaps it would work. Let me think here. Let me just pull this down. Let me pull this down and actually create its own track, and then I'll move all of these down here to the new track. Should have done this earlier, but so we'll just do that. And then if we come in here, see what this is.
And I just wish you were here.
Yeah, I like the tone of that one better. I was in that pocket a bit more, and as you can see, I'm turning up the volume a little bit because so it's more in line with what came right before it.
Again. And I just wish.
Actually, that was a bit too much.
Just wish you were here a time, what a time, what a time, what a time it was.
Let's see what we got here.
What a time, what a time, what a time, what a time it was.
Yeah, I think that one's a little better. For some reason, when I was singing the second one here in the second chorus, those high falsetto notes, I was hitting them a bit sharply, not pitch-wise, but sharply, as in that falsetto note was kind of almost sounds like it's breaking a little bit.
What a time, what a time, what a time.
You know what I mean? It has that sharp quality to it, and I'm not sure. There's a scenario where that could convey that vulnerability and that being on edge, right, where it kind of pulls you in. So
What a time it was. What a time, what a time, what a time, what a time it was.
but no, I think I do like this one better. I think I like just this first take of that better, so I'm gonna drag that down, and then we'll keep going here.
Oh, I know it.
And then that one's
stupid.
that's very solid.
Wish that I could wish you back. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, let's listen to what these guitars sound like here too. Was it this one?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, 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 oh,
Yeah, I love this. I love this. Those guitars add so much, just those layered in acoustic guitars, and then with that layering in of that lead part with the piano. I think it's beautiful.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Definitely don't need that.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, 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 oh.
I like that though. All right, I like that. I do want to check though, see what this sounds like up here in this take.
Oh, what a time, what a time, what a time, what a time it was.
My tone overall is a bit softer, and this is a bit more cutting edge.
What a time, what
Or not cutting edge. That sounds like it's some piece of technology.
a time, what a time, what a time it was.
Yeah, I think that cuts through the mix a bit better. Something like that.
Oh, I know it's stupid, but I wish that I could wish you back.
Well, who knows? Maybe we'll leave that in at the end there. Obviously, not with all that auto-tune on it, because that ruined it a bit. But in any case, yeah, that's what we're doing. I'm going to settle. I'm going to just leave it at that for now. And that sounds great to me. Maybe there's just one more thing that I will add, and I think that's just going to be a slap delay to this vocal here. So let's just come over here, browse our effects. I'm going to grab the Valhalla delay. Then I'm going to add it to the sends. That way it creates a return track. And then I'm going to turn this into just a slap delay. So slap delay, slightly offset left and right, something like that. Should be good. Feedback at 0. And do the low cut, high cut. see what we got.
Oh, the winters are warm since you're not here. The colors are gone, the black and the white.
Okay. So we have a nice slap delay. Now I'm gonna leave the tuning. I'm gonna leave the auto tune on this, but I'm gonna make it less of an effect. So it just helps keep the song slightly in tune. Again, this is not a final mix. We're just getting everything in the ballpark. That way we can move on to the final 2 steps of this process.
It's all I see now. Even tequila doesn't taste right. Even Coldplay doesn't sound right. Drive my car down 25, just a feeble attempt to feel something good. 'Cause
Okay, there. We need to focus in on these electric guitars. So there's these guitar chords here. There's not enough going on. Like, it's too thin and too clean. We need something a bit more. No, it's hard to figure out.
I know it's stupid.
Do you want that chorusy sound?
'Cause I just wish you were here.
It's kind of cool. It's not going to be super up front, right? It'll be pretty far in the back, and I think that chorusy sound is actually appealing to me.
And I just wish you were here.
So annoying when I'm dealing with MIDI, because I haven't bounced these down to audio yet. Whenever I don't do it just right, when I'm stopping and starting, it'll go back to not implementing the sustain pedal. Yeah, it's weird. It's annoying.
I just wish you were here again. And I just wish you were here.
Okay, so what we could do here is those electric guitar chords, when you're thinking, when it comes to stereo width and panning, those could be on the right like they already are. And then if we came to this Omnisphere patch, we could put that to the left. Listen.
I just wish you were here again. And I just wish you were here. What a time, what a time, what a time.
I like that idea. I like that. So let's come back to that guitar. Maybe not have it 100 right. As you saw, I put that at 75 left, so I'll put this guitar at 75 right. Now this one, there's a lot of noise coming in from this guitar. So why is there so much noise on this one? It seems kind of random. First off, let's switch this to just 1 amp, because we're panning it. We don't need both amps, so I'm gonna put it to just this one, and that's better. There we go.
Oh, I know it's stupid and good, 'cause I just wish you were here again. And I just wish you were here. What a time, what a time, what a time, what a time it was. I know it's stupid.
Yeah, I think that guitar adds a nice texture to the background of the mix, and it's definitely better than what it was before. It was too clean and too dry, and was too much just kind of standing on an island, just that dry guitar sound. It wasn't really doing much. But now we added that, so I think that's cool. So let's see now what we're doing with these acoustic guitars here.
What a time, what a time, what a time, what a time it was.
Oh, actually, okay. So now it becomes like, well, no, this should be pretty easy. I'm just gonna go, whoops, come on. I'm just gonna go this one to the left, and then, what was it? Guess this one to the right. Let's see.
I know it's stupid. What a time, what.
I know that we definitely want to just put a basic EQ on pretty much all these rhythm acoustic guitars. You know, to like get rid of some of this. We don't need all of that. Maybe up here as well. Yeah, like that. So let's just do that for now. And I'll just add that to the others as well. All right.
What a time, what a time, what a time, what a time it was. Oh, I know it's stupid. What a time, what a time, what a...
Oh, there we have a weird harmonic popping through. I think it's the low string that accidentally got pounded there. So let's see if we can maybe copy over from this part. Well, no, it's just, maybe it just needs an EQ, to be honest with you. Just really filter out that bottom end. And then I think what it also needs is an OTT to kind of tighten it up and compress it a little bit. Well, not that much though, so keep it down to like 12.
We're here again, and I just wish you were here. What a time, what a time, what a time, what a time it was. Oh, I know it's stupid, but I wish that I could wish you back.
Okay, that electric guitar part, it could sound really cool, but just like the first guitar, it's too thin. It's not adding enough. There just isn't enough going on. There's not enough of a color to it. And so I'm gonna filter through some presets here, and I'm gonna put the loop here so it just keeps playing that part over and over again. Ooh. So I either like this one, or I think it was this one. Or no, this one. It's either that one, or this one. This one for sure. Yeah, this one's it. This one's the winner. And I'm gonna come in here again and just turn the link off, turn the right amp off. I only need one amp for this, especially since I'm panning it left and right. So I don't need both of them. So let's do pan this down the middle though, just coming out of the amp. That way that is down the middle, and then I'll pan the overall guitar track left here, which it already is. And now we just need some kind of reverb added onto this as well. So let's just try little plate, see if that gives us something nice. Yeah.
But I wish that I could wish you back.
I think I definitely want to add a couple more effects to that to really spice it up and give it its and really enhance that. But for now, for what we're aiming for in this part of the process, we're just trying to get things close, and that definitely is close to what I like. So
These pictures on my phone, deleted them all.
oh, and then that works. I think that works great just to maintain that preset.
we tried again.
Okay, for this, I ended up realizing that I don't want to use guitar, or I don't want to use acoustic guitar for the first half of the chorus, so we just cut that out.
If we tried again, I just wish you were here again, and I just wish you were here. What a time, what a time, what a time, what a time it was. Oh, I know it's stupid, but I wish that I could wish you back.
Okay, so now how do we want to do this with panning? Okay, so this is our acoustic guitar left. This, all along, has been our acoustic guitar right. Now, this is the first time this track is coming in, so it's basically 3 layers of the same thing. So I'm going to try with just this one panned down the middle. So we have left, center, right on those acoustic guitars, and it creates this really nice wall of acoustic guitar sound. Oh, and let's pan, definitely do some panning on these 2 tracks here. Let's see what they Yeah, I think there's too much like noise going on anyway. I don't know that I like that vocal at the end. I do like that bass guitar though. That just kind of ends the song. Beautiful. I love that. I think that is pretty much all we need to do. I mean, this is a rough mix now. We've got a rough mix, and then as we continue to work through it, especially in step 7, which is just to finalize the mix, a lot of that is just going through and in a very systematic way, just being, or no, it isn't even that much of a systematic way. It's just like you start the song and you respond to what the song is telling you. You respond to what your ears are listening to, and you're like, okay, that guitar feels like there's too much mid-range. Let's cut that, you know, this. And then we'll also obviously reference it across multiple speakers, which is a huge part of finalizing the mix. But for right now, I'm just going to do one more broad brush. I'm going to hop across here, make sure we're good, and we got, and I'm just going to make sure that there's nothing obvious that's sticking out that I want to address, and then I'll wrap it up.
You know, even tequila doesn't taste right.
Okay, I think what I want to do actually is not have this initial sound, the sound that started the song. I don't think I want that in the verse because it'll have more impact when the chorus hits if we wait to bring it in until the chorus hits.
Something good.
See, if we don't have it, I like that better, 100%. It's more raw, right? Yeah.
Just wish you were here again, and I just wish you were here. Oh, what a time, what a time, what a time, what a time it was. Oh, I know it's stupid.
Okay, that's cool. I'm just realizing now I didn't ever record anything from this Atmosphere track in the instrumental, and I probably want to add it in at the back half of it. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I'm just gonna record this in very quickly. I think that'll work. Yeah, I mean, it isn't the main part of that song. That's more of a background aspect or component of the instrumental there. And then we come back and it does the normal thing when the chorus hits again. So I love that. Got rid of that in the verse, and that helps the impact of it when the chorus hits. And I think we are good, my friend. I think we are good. That is the end of step 5, by far the longest step in this entire 7-step process. But this has been so fun. I am legitimately so excited. I was honestly hesitant to make a course where there were so many unknowns. Like, I had no idea how the song was going to turn out. For all I knew, it was going to be trash, right? But I love what is happening here, especially with that instrumental, with that combination of acoustic guitars and that piano riff, and then you add that very filtered out kick drum. It's just, I like it. I like it, man. So that is it. That's step 5. Let's move on to step 6.